when you lost.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
It is me, your true heel phenom, SP3, and we are back once again to talk some more Scream with you all. And we have one of our final videos. I don't know, maybe they'll have Scream 8 and we'll have to come back again, but one of our final videos to wrap up our Scream 7 coverage, as we are going to rank every single Scream Ghostface in this video, tier ranking, as we usually do here on True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment. And of course, to do that, of course, to talk about Scream, there is only one person I can do that with. He is my Scream aficionado, or my fellow Scream enthusiast, my fellow Ghostface enthusiast himself, the StatKing, John Martin. How you doing, StatKing?
What's going on, man? There's a lot of ghost faces. A lot of them have made their mark. A lot of them have had their marks kind of looked better at as history has passed. And there's like so many different granular ways to rank these individuals and their contributions to terrorizing the life of one poor lady. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to talk about how all these people have tried to terrorize pretty much one poor lady.
Yeah, pretty much one or two or three people. That's it, really. But yes, we're here to break it all down. We appreciate y'all if you're joining us for the premiere. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your Scream family, friends, and friends on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comment section below and give us your ranking of every single Scream Ghostface. If you're with us live, you can follow along. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our ranking. And of course, we will bring it back to you. We'll save it and we will bring it back to you as a reference point for future Scream Ghostface rankings that we will probably have to do when they come out with Scream 8 and 9 and 10 in the next 10 years or so. But yes, we're going to get right into it. Here is our tier ranking, StatKing. Our tiers that we have here, I will make the screen bigger just in case, anyone has bad sight like me. I have bad sight and I couldn't really see that too well. So make it a 150 here.
Corn syrup good is great. I like that.
Yes. So we have our tier rankings here, which is our top tier is the GOATs, the Hello Sydney GOATs, because every Ghostface knows that their key line of dialogue is "Hello, Sydney." Then we have, of course, the in-universe movie that has become the fame to all Ghostface killers, Stab Savants. These are great Ghostface, but not really the GOATs, not the greatest of all time when it comes to the Ghostfaces. Then we have Corn Syrup Good, which dates back to the first Scream, where Billy had corn syrup to pose as he got stabbed. So you're good. You're not great. You're not a GOAT, but you're good. Then we have the bottom tiers, which I couldn't come up with anything clever. I just went with very meh. Very meh. It was just like, you're a Ghostface. Yeah, you did some killing. Yeah, you might be memorable. Yeah, but you're not that good. You're not that memorable. You're kind of lame.
You could have called this the Bailey family tier and then just put in parentheses, but not Richie.
I mean, yeah, probably Bailey family. Even though
but like,
I feel like the Bailey family are not going to even be in this tier. They're going to be in the bottom tier, which is death is way too nice of an ending for you. So we shall see. But I believe these are in order of the Ghostface. Yeah, I think so. I'm looking over at it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're in order, so I'm gonna move this ad. I'm not interested in this ad, so we don't have to see it anymore. But we got here first up, Billy Loomis. Where are we putting the first Ghostface, the man who killed Sydney's mom, the man that terrorized Sydney in Scream 1, posing as Sydney's boyfriend, made her lose her virginity to him, and then he has inspired our hero of Scream 5 and 6 as well, being the father of Sam Carpenter, all at the same time. Where are we putting Billy?
I think we got to put him in the Hello Sydney Goats.
Definitely. He's the original. He's the original. Like he deserves to be up top. So I can't disagree with that. So we're gonna put him, we're gonna set the bar high, and we're gonna put Billy. We don't know if someone will pass Billy in this tier, but for now, Billy is in our Hello Sydney Goats. No explanation needed. Just from coming across as the sweet boyfriend, but having that little edge, that mystery to him, where it kind of seems like right from the beginning that he is the killer, but then they kind of get the suspicion away from him because he gets arrested, and then he gets the call to Sydney, but he's the one that kills Casey Becker. He's the one that kills, I believe he's the one that kills the principal as well, and Tatum and everybody. So gotta give Billy, and he's the mastermind in Scream 1 as well, which we have established our ranking of every Scream film is still the GOAT, it's still the number one as far as that. So it makes sense. Then we got John. We got his partner in crime, Stu Macher. Where are we putting Stu?
I kind of want to put him on Stab Savants. My argument
Stab
here
Savants?
is, my argument, the second tier. My argument here is that he is far more just being influenced by Billy than he is like really having some kind of connection to Sydney and what they're kind of there for. He's just kind of sort of along for the ride. So he does a great job of what Billy needs him to do in that sense. But like it also is sort of interchangeable. It could have been somebody else, I think, is the way I look at it. And I'm just looking for more in order to put you in that GOAT tier. I really need some level of either you're just deranged or you have some real personal vendetta against Sydney, like that kind of thing. And for me, it just doesn't rise up to that exact mark.
If it was up to me, I would put him in the Hello Sydney Goats, because I think Matthew Lillard performs this very well. You made a compelling argument. Yeah. We're not ranking it on performance. We're ranking it on how they were as Ghostface, and you have to have I do agree with you there. There's a personal edge to Billy over Stu.
Yeah.
So. All right, now we're gonna move to Scream 2, and we got Mickey. Where are we putting Mickey, the man who wants to blame it all on the films?
See, Mickey, I also kind of want to put in Stab Savants, because while he actually might be closer to getting into the GOAT status than Stu to me, simply because he does at least have some level of like that derangement about movies. He doesn't have the personal connection, and he is being manipulated, which is very similar to Stu. But at least for him, he has that added thing, which unfortunately, like, Stu's the first, so like he doesn't get that kind of step stool to stand on, or that leg up. But for Mickey, he does have that. I've seen the Stab movie. I want to make a good sequel, and he has that level of derangement of I'm okay with killing people if it helps make a movie better. So like it's almost like GOAT status. But I could see him being a GOAT. Like, how would you want to put him if you were setting this up?
I don't think he's a GOAT. I think there's a stronger argument for Stab Savant, mainly because he's not the mastermind. He does have some foresight and, like you said, the derangement factor of wanting to be caught so he can blame it on the films and make a better sequel to Stab than the actual first Stab movie. I don't put him ahead of Stu, but I think that he's very close to our first two killers more than his partner. So I do agree. Yeah. We'll put Mickey in Stab Savant. All right, then we got Mickey's partner in crime, Nancy Loomis, Billy's mom, who's looking for revenge on Sydney, met Mickey on an online Discord, I guess you could say, and made friends with him and basically terrorizes Sydney's life in Scream 2, and she is the final person who has to be murdered before Sydney and her friends can survive and get the victory. What do you think about Nancy Loomis?
A part of me wants to put her as Stab Savant, which like kind of sucks because like she is the mastermind when it comes to that, so she should get bonus points for that. A part of me also wants to put her in Corn Syrup Good because her level of interaction with Sydney specifically is very limited. She doesn't really deal that much with Sydney. She's far more interacting with Gale. And so from that perspective, it's harder for me to say, hey, like you're like what the idea of hiding in plain sight, I get it, but there also should be enough of the interaction with Sydney that we can see, okay, yeah, this person has some issue, like there is something there. Now, could that be actually more, should that actually be more points for Mastermind because she was being careful and said, if I show up in front of Sydney, even with however much weight I've lost or surgery or whatever, she might recognize me. Well, then maybe, I got to give you more points for that. But
and she gets proven that right when Sydney
she does get right. She does get proven that right.
That she's Mrs. Loomis.
But because I don't get that in the movie itself, I kind of want to drop her down to Corn Syrup Good. I'll let you be the one there. I could see her as a Corn Syrup Good.
I think I will compromise with you with Corn Syrup Good because I don't think she even scratches Stab Savant, honestly, because I feel like just like the level of execution, I think that Nancy Loomis needed Mickey way more than Billy Loomis needed Stu Macher.
Yes.
Like I feel like this is more of Mickey being the more dominant and better Ghostface, and I think the gap between them, I think that Nancy Loomis is closer to Bailey family than Stab Savant. So that's why I say I'll meet you in the middle and go with Corn Syrup Good.
Gotcha.
All right, now we're moving over to Scream 3, and there's only one Ghostface, the only solo Ghostface in the series, Roman Bridger, the long-lost brother who's looking for revenge.
He gets points for being the only person, but he gets subtracted points for being an idiot for a long period of time. Like years and years. So
yes.
I think Corn Syrup Good is the best I can do. It's the best I can do.
I gotta agree. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think he is greatly benefited by the fact that he is a solo
the only
Ghostface.
One.
Yeah. That's what his claim to fame really is. But it's not believable, one, that he did it all on his own because there's certain gaps in logic that happens. Mm-hmm. He's also in the worst, one of the worst Scream movies. Sorry, one of the worst, I gotta say now. It used to be the worst, but now it's one of the worst Scream movies. And then he just comes off like a whiny little bitch by the end when he's doing his monologue and explaining his reasoning. So I honestly say he's another one that's closer to Bailey family for me than Stab Savant, but Corn Syrup Good seems like a good medium because he is solo in that regard.
Yeah, and it's just like if I'm gonna ding Nancy Loomis points for not really interacting with Sydney, then I really gotta ding Roman Bridger points for not interacting with Sydney.
I think we can put Roman ahead of Nancy Loomis. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
because
of that's the points. Solo. The points being the solo. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, now we got one of the most legendary, one of the greatest reveals in Ghostface history, Jill Roberts, this is one where I'm not just gonna go to you first. This is a goat.
It's a goat. It's a goat.
This is a goat. This is a goat. This is a goat. All right. I just had to make sure we on the same page here, because Jill is the only one I might say should be higher than Billy.
Damn.
Well, we could discuss it. We'll put her behind Billy. We can discuss it more when we're done with everybody. But as long as we agree, she's in that tier.
Oh, she's absolutely in the tier. Absolutely.
All right. So Jill Roberts, Scream 4. She's in Hello, Sydney Goats. Then her partner in crime, Charlie. Where are you putting Charlie?
I gotta put him in Stab Savant. He is one of the best characters in that movie because of how well he just like kind of acts like a chameleon. I do always wish that he got a little bit more development with Kirby, so that when his full heel turn happens, it has a little bit more of a significance. I know they gave it like they finally made out, so it was like kind of like, oh, like it's happening right after that, but it just was like the situation where if I had a little bit more and like just a tease of him and Jill, it just feels a little bit better. However, I kind of put him towards the bottom of Stab Savant because I cannot for in any way, shape, or form in good conscience put him above Stu, because Stu, while he was being used by Billy, did not get a heel turn on a heel turn by getting like he did not get out healed by Billy. Whereas
the fact
Charlie
that he's doing it for love,
and then she's like,
I want to say he's corn syrup good. I want to say he's corn syrup good because he's doing it for love.
I could see that too. I mean, sir, I'm just
you're saying Stab Savant.
Yeah. But like on the lower end. I mean, I'm just saying,
put him at the bottom.
Hayden Panettiere was showing interest in me, and Joe and Emma Roberts was. I would find Jesus. I would turn her into the cops, and then I'd go be with Hayden Panettiere. I'd watch horror movies. I did nothing wrong. I'd watch horror movies. Yeah, I'd watch horror movies with Kirby, and I'd be like, that old friend of yours, crazy, right? Like, yeah, I get it. She may have tried to manipulate me, but you were friends with her from like kindergarten. That's more on you, buddy. Let's just watch the movie.
That's hilarious.
I saved the cheerleader. I saved the world.
I love that. Then we got Scream 5, Amber Freeman. Amber Freeman, her claim to fame, she killed Dewey Riley.
I think you're gonna ding her just for that.
How did this little girl do this? It's not believable at all.
I would put her,
but
yeah, I think I would put her like maybe mid-tier Stab Savant. I don't know if I can put her down as a corn syrup good, but like she's better than most, but she's not like really in that upper tier. I think the upper tier for between the two of them belongs to Richie. But I'd love to hear what you have to say. But I think I'd probably put her middle of Stab Savant.
I think that she's higher, like corn syrup good. I can appreciate all the kills that she did because she does get more Ghostface kills than Richie in the movie. However, it's fairly obvious that she is a suspect, like right from the beginning, just how she's treating Sam from the beginning. Whereas Richie is able to disguise himself as Ghostface a lot better than Amber is. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the elements, one of the categories that we should be judging them on.
I like that argument. Let's bump her down to corn syrup good.
All right. So I honestly will put her ahead of both people in corn syrup good.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Richie Kirch. I think we're both on the same page here. Stab Savant. Because he's in actuality, he is a Stab Savant.
I think I would put him at the bottommost tier of GOAT, or like uppermost tier.
Whoa.
I don't see many.
I think you can make the argument. I can think you can make the argument he's right behind Stu as Stab Savant.
But he's
I
got
don't know if
mastermind
I can
points.
push him up.
He's got mastermind points in his favor.
Yeah, that's why I said he's in Stab Savant, but I don't know if he's a GOAT. I can't say he's a GOAT because he went out like a little bitch.
But what I'm saying is, if you put him in Stab Savant, but you put Stu above him, Stu doesn't have mastermind points. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out where I'd have him in Stab Savant.
Stu does a lot of the heavy lifting though.
That's
in
fair.
Scream 1,
That's fair.
Whereas Richie
Amber
doesn't do any heavy lifting really. Amber does all the heavy lifting in this film, and Richie does not have the amount of kills that Stu has.
That's fair. Yeah. Put him in Stab Savants underneath behind Stu.
All right. So we got Richie Kirsch just above Mickey here. Oh wait, what are you doing, Nancy? What are you doing, Nancy? All right. There we go. We got our Stab Savants. So the first 5 movies, they're all in the top 3 tiers. I don't see this lasting. Because here we go into Scream 6. Scream 6. And first up, we got Greg. I'm not even gonna ask you.
Yeah, that's bottom.
We don't even get to see him. He had plans to be a Ghostface, and he got chopped up and put in his own fridge. Death is way too nice of an ending for you.
How'd you get fired on your day off?
How you get murdered being a Ghostface and you not even murder anyone? Like you haven't murdered one person. At least Jason has a better argument to get higher than him.
But see, that's why when you were like, I wouldn't even have the Bailey family in that tier. I was like, I don't know if I could put them all the way at the bottom. That's my problem.
You're right.
I think like they have their own like lower card tier. They're jobbers.
You're right.
They're not jobbers. You know what I mean?
You're right. Not all of them. Maybe there's one of the Bailey family that I think belongs with Greg, and Death is way too nice of an ending for you. But Jason can go in Bailey family because at least we've seen him with the kill, and he gave us a great opening to the movie.
I gotta say, when he's on the phone and he's saying like when you stab her, you just see the life and the light leave the eyes a little bit more each time. I was like, 1, great writing. 2, great delivery. Like great, like that was some great shit. Like you could see, like in that situation, at least for him, you could see a world where, but for the Baileys, they would be effective Ghostfaces. You know what I mean? Like that aspect of it. Well, at least he would be. The other one just got jumped and stabbed. But
yeah, we didn't even we barely knew him. Speaking of which, we have the Bailey family. We got Ethan, we got Quinn, and we got Detective Bailey. We'll start with Ethan here. Ethan, this is another instance of like freaking Amber, where he seemed fairly obvious right from the beginning.
Yeah, I think I would put him in Death is Way Too Nice of an Ending for You. Because like I don't like, he is the one, he kills what's the name, the girlfriend, he's the one that does that, but like he doesn't get the iconic like subway scene. So I don't know if I can put him in the Bailey family.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fair. Quinn is the only one from the Bailey family that I think you could make an argument for corn syrup good. But I think she just falls into Bailey family because she just got shot in the head. She went out crazy. Yeah. Also, faking your death, that deserves points.
Yeah. Also for Ethan, it's just like the divergent thing.
He died a virgin, and then he the lesser killer of the Carpenter sisters took him out as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then finally, Detective Bailey. Detective Bailey might be another one that I think makes an argument for Death is Way Too Nice of an ending for you. He is just too over the top with his acting in this performance.
Not only that,
before he's Ghostface and after he revealed as Ghostface.
not only that, I don't think he actually ever kills it. Like we can't like there are times where you're like, oh, it's this one, not that one kind of situation. And because there's 3 of them, there's a situation where we could rule one person out, but we can't rule out either one of the other 2. So you could argue that the majority of the kills are done by either Quinn or Ethan. We don't know. That's part of the problem.
Well, everyone that's murdered in the bodega is him.
Right. But like, for example, who killed the psychiatrist? We know he's the one that gets the address, but that doesn't mean he's the one that goes and kills the psychiatrist.
I think he is the one that kills the psychiatrist because he's the one that gets the paperwork very easily. So I'm gonna give him credit for the shotgun and wielding a shotgun with one hand, and the bodega scene is one of the best scenes. And I'll say he belongs in Bailey family.
Yeah.
Even though
you know what I think would knock him out of corn syrup good? He never actually wears the mask.
This is true. Yeah. I mean, he wore the mask in the bodega. That's it.
But I mean, like once the reveal happens, like we don't see like that actual for him for that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
And then we got Scream 7. Should we not waste any time and just put them all in? Death is way too nice of an ending.
Well, maybe once I tell you this little bit of news, you might feel a little bit different.
All right.
So
you told me this to build back the curtain. You told me before we started recording that there is some retcon news from Kevin Williamson in regards to Scream 7. If you haven't seen our review of Scream 7, it's up on the channel. We had a lot of strong feelings about this movie. Go ahead, StatKing.
Okay, so first, Anna Camp stated that when she was hired or when she was casted and reading the script and when they were working on the movie, that there was not a lot of backstory given to her for her character. And so she developed a lot of it on her own, like a lot of the thought processes and the thinking patterns and just all that sort of how this character would approach XYZ. Now, to a certain extent, and in her defense, that does happen a lot of times in movies where they hire an actor and that person brings a lot of their own experiences and their own inputs to the table. That's part of why they're hired. For example, we are seeing Robert Downey Jr. change some elements of Victor Von Doom based off of his interpretation and his readings. But, no offense to Anna Camp, you're not Robert Downey Jr., but that's just an example of this happening. And where I'm going with this is that Kevin Williamson, in an interview, said, and this affects your second favorite Scream, he said that Jessica was there. Jessica was at the bookstore in Scream 4 at the signing, and that's sort of where it all began. To which I said, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because, one, that would mean she already had a child. Okay, fine. But would it affects the timeline of when she said things happened. But on top of that, how hard is it to once again just write some shit in the script where she says, I was at the bookstore signing.
Exactly.
She already has a terrible ass explanation as to why she's doing what she's doing, including, lest we forget, the part where she killed her own son. But she says that all of this stems from being a fan of that book and how the book changed her life, and then Sydney abandoned her. And I'm like, okay, so first off, you're telling me that during that point in time, she doesn't mention that she got this book signed by Sydney, and then Sydney could be like when Scarlet Witch is like, you took everything from me, and Thanos is like, I don't even know who you are. Like Sydney couldn't have done Sydney could have been like, I signed a lot of books that day, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you? And on top of that, you're telling me I can't get that bit of dialogue, but I also couldn't get Sydney going, yeah, I remember some bookstore signing. I didn't want to bring Tatum with me. And then we're like, oh, okay, so Tatum already existed. Cool.
Exactly. Then we could have retconned everything. We could have made everything right.
I'm like, so Kevin Williamson, I would love to know the script or the movie that you had in your head. because I don't think that's what we got.
No, it was
But
not.
How do you feel about now knowing that Anna Camp's Jessica was physically present in the bookstore during the signing of Scream 4?
I'll tell you how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Death is way too nice of an ending.
Which is ridiculous because like she's the best Ghostface out of the three.
She is, but that just pissed me off so much. Then there's Marco.
Would you have put her in Bailey family? Before I told you. Okay, I'm just
not even before that. Maybe I would have put her behind Ethan if you didn't tell me that. But you telling me that just pissed me off even more that wasn't in the script. It just made her excuse and reasoning even dumber in retrospect.
Honestly, one of the funniest parts of this is that like there are people in the fan grouping or the subreddits and all that kind of stuff who are very big fans of Scream 7, and they shit on Scream 5 and 6 because the focus wasn't on Sydney, and they think like Sydney, et cetera, and they're like, oh well, this makes perfect sense, like you could just think about it. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, like somebody said, it makes complete sense that she would be there. It doesn't have to be stated, like you could believe that. And I'm like, aren't you all the same people that were downvoting me for saying, well, why didn't we know where Tatum was like during Scream 4? or like there was some little bit of dialogue that could have been said. They were like, I'm like, all right, but guys, but okay. All right.
These people make no sense. These Scream 7 truthers. Screw these people. So you were gonna make the argument for Jessica and Bailey family?
No. I was just wondering.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to know if like that changed your. If you were like you're gonna have her in Bailey family, but then you were like, that's just too stupid. Move her down.
I mean, I could have said that, but no, I can't. I always had her in Death is way too nice of an ending. Marco, similar. Where are we putting him?
Yeah. No, he's there, and Death is way too nice of an ending for you.
Yeah, we'll put him. And then I don't even remember this guy's name. I just know he's the first Ghostface who got killed halfway through the movie.
Honestly, if there was a way to make another tier, I think I would put him in that. Because what does he really do? He gets McKenna Grace's character with the little back and forth thing and the stabby. Okay, cool. He gets her, and then like he attacks them in the house. Which cool, go in the attic. They have that cool video of him dropping down. Great scene, and then he dies. And I'm like, you didn't do shit. And the best part of it is like when they take the mask off, there's a complete no sell where they're like, wait, who the hell is this guy? Like to quote Chase, like, what the fuck is it? Like what is this?
Oh yeah. I mean, I wish there was another tier, but we can't do it now. Yeah, just put him. Death was way too nice of for ending for you. You deserve to be right there with the rest of your gang of misfits from Scream 7. All right, so now we gotta rank the rankings. We go to Hello Sydney Goats. So I know you're gonna make the argument for Billy being on top, and Billy has a lot of like personal stakes to this with Sydney's mom being the person who he feels broke up his family, having the affair with his father, which made his mother leave, and he kills Sydney's mom. He has various murders in the Scream 1, including Casey Becker, and then there's Tatum as well. But I'm sorry, Jill is the greatest reveal of all time. Jill is way closer to Sydney because she is Sydney's blood. And then her reasoning is the one that has aged the finest, where it's totally understandable to a lot of people. And I am going to be a Jill truther, and I'm going to say Jill deserves to be the GOAT. It deserves to be on top. But what's your argument for Billy?
Jill doesn't have a blueprint unless somebody makes the blueprint. There's got to be a first. There's got to be a first. And Billy Loomis has such a high, Billy is such a high level of mastermind, despite the fact that he is insane enough to think that he should murder his because we don't even know if he just started dating this girl because of this, right? Like, if this is the whole thing. And this idea that he's going to murder a fellow classmate because her mother had an affair with his father. Like, you'd think like he would just murder the mother, but no, he's like, I will stamp out this entire bloodline. Like, there will not be another Prescott. Fuck this shit. But also on top of that, he has to manage one of the biggest loose cannons in this entire movie series. And he had like, there's multiple times where Stu's like kind of giving away the plot, and Billy's got to be like, hey buddy, why don't you go do that thing we talked about and fuck off? Like, what are you,
like, please don't do this.
Like, could you imagine Billy like being like, I'm gonna get revenge for my mother and my father, but only if this guy doesn't fuck shit up. God damn it. It's I'm sure there's some basketball analogy here of LeBron dragging a team to the finals, kicking and screaming, like, where he's like, I gotta do shit to make sure like these guys don't fuck this up. Not that Stu's bad like in any way, shape, or form. It's just like sometimes Stu can be a liability. Billy's like eyes on the prize at all times. So for me, I gotta have Billy above Jill, and that's not to take anything away from Jill. Incredible Ghostface, incredible reveal. Her level of planning and manipulation during all of this, because you have to imagine, whenever she found out about Sydney's book tour and was like, "Oh, the last stop's in Woodsboro on the anniversary of this shit." Yes, she's like, "This is it. This is it." And he's like,
"This is my opportunity."
Dear diary. Today I had some great news. like that's what happened. Like, it's from there to be able to branch out. And who knows if Charlie had feelings for her beforehand, or whether she had to kind of like seduce him a little bit, like what exactly, then to keep him on the hook. Like, there's similar ideas there, but Charlie is not as strong of a secondary character compared to Stu when it comes to that loose cannon aspect, because Charlie was in on it from the perspective of horror movies. He thought like he was getting the girl and he was making the horror. He thought he was Randy if Sydney was the murderer. Like that, like that's incredible. Like, that's an incredible perspective. So for me, I gotta have Billy above Joe.
That's fair. I can't knock you for that. I think you made solid points. We'll put Billy at the top here. Stab Savants. I think we got it in the right order.
Yeah, the only thing I might say would be have to swap Richie and Stu, but like I can see both sides of it, so I'm comfortable with where they are.
And then I think it's the same for most of these other tiers. Corn Syrup Good. I think Amber should be at the top because of all the heavy lifting she did, and Nancy Loomis at the bottom.
Yeah.
Then we got Bailey family with the Bailey family and what's his name again? I always forget. James.
George. Is it George?
No, I think it's James. I want to say it's James. I forget, but what do you think? Should we put the Bailey family at the top of this list?
I think yeah, the Bailey family do need to be at the top of this, because they had, not only did they have a solid plan, or they were having, you know, like the ability to figure out what was going on and like be able to adapt on the fly, but also I can't put somebody above them that they killed. Like, that'd be weird.
That wouldn't make sense. And then Death is way too nice of an ending for you. I think we already put this in order. Should we put Ethan above?
I was about to, yeah, that's where I was like, I think Ethan should be behind Jessica.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, because she gets enough mastermind points that she should be above him, but like he's got to be above the rest of those chuckle fucks.
So this is our Scream Ghostface tier ranking here. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Let us know what you think in the live chat or in the comments down below, and we will share this tier ranking with you guys very, very soon on our social media after the video drops as well. But I had a lot of fun going through every single Ghostface with you, StatKing. As always, appreciate you for indulging in some Scream conversation, as you always do. You always do a great job of giving me a different perspective. I want to give you the floor, good sir, to let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
You guys can always catch me here on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment during the NFL offseason. Right now, we've got true offseason that we let things kind of build up, because there's not necessarily one specific thing each day or each week that is newsworthy, but there's different events, right, as we move through the NFL calendar. And now we've gotten past the throes of free agency, which you can see Chase and my recap of that on this channel. But now we're building towards the draft. So as we get closer and closer to the draft, we'll have more shows for you guys breaking down things that are happening in the NFL offseason. There's still news that's happening. But on the flip side, we also have Clock It In, where Chase and I break down everything that happens in the pit. We had our season 1 recap. Now we're going episode by episode, and episodes 1, 2, and 3 you can find here. Those are our recaps. And going forward, we will have on a week-by-week basis more and more of what's going on with the pit. You can also catch me on True Headphone Heat with Sid. We're breaking down all sorts of things as it pertains to music. Right now, we're having a little bit of a focus on hip-hop, because there's a lot of hip-hop news and albums that are coming out. But we're going to be branching out. It says Headphone Heat, right? Not hip-hop heat. There's going to be a lot of different genres that we're talking about. So I'm sure that if you have a genre that interests you, let us know, and we'll give you our thoughts on an album or an artist from that genre. Which I think would be hilarious, because like that would mean like if somebody came in here and was like, we want you to listen to some death metal. I'm sure I'll do it. I listened to death metal back in the day when I was a kid. So there's a whole bunch of things. There's a wide variety of topics that we cover on all aspects of this channel. It could be Scream, it could be TV, it could be movies, it could be music, it could be basketball, it could be football, anything and everything under the sun. That's what we're here to do, to provide you guys with the analysis as only we can. And as always, I love being able to chop it up with Sid, talk about Scream, talk about the ghost faces, and to talk about how retcons can change how we think about things. Sometimes it makes it better, sometimes it makes it worse.
Put someone right at the top of death is way too nice of an ending for you. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat, Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat, $3 a month. Best way to support us when we're not live here on the wrestling channel. Go and check out all the great stuff that we did on Scream, all of our reviews of Scream 1 through 7, as well as our every Scream film ranked video that dropped last week. Check that out as well. But thank you so much to the Stat King. Thank you so much to all of you. This has been our every Scream Ghostface ranked tier ranking. We are signing off until